All right, guys, welcome back to Daniel D For Real. Thanks for clicking. I appreciate it. On this channel, we cover life and workplace motivation and influence. So if you're looking to improve your brand, your motivation in life or the workplace, you found the right channel. Now, I want to let you know that specifically on this channel, we cover it through experiences, problems, failures, and hard times. And that's an important distinction because I can tell you that I have failed multiple times on multiple projects, on multiple teams, and have learned lots of lessons from it. So that's why we started this channel. Hopefully you'll get something out of it. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we have 4 of the hardest, problems for the INTJ. But before we get into them, I need to let you know about something that we should keep in mind as we go through this video series, so that way we have the right context. It is very important for you guys to know that we scale all 4 letters of our personality types, at least according to Myers-Briggs, right? We scale all 4 letters depending upon the type of situation that we're in. You can scale from introversion to extroversion to judgment to perception. There's all sorts of things to do. And what's important to note is that it's okay to scale. When you get this personality type test back, it is just your default mode. It's not a binary like diagnosis, like, oh, okay, I do this because I'm this way and I can possibly never do anything else. That's not the way this works. If you use your personality type as an excuse to justify things that you do or justify things that you don't do, that is not a good idea, okay? That is not good self-discovery. There's no evolution in that. All you're doing is finding your default point so that you know how to sort of maximize and scale and succeed in the different domains that you want to succeed in. For example, if I was only true to my INTJ default, I would not be able to do this channel because most of the day I'm not this gregarious, right? I'm not smiling from ear to ear, pretty somber, pretty serious, focus on my tasks day to day, don't always just talk to people walking by. In my personal journey, I believe that an INTJ's ability to take all those whiteboard sessions and those deep thoughts and those strategic times and put them into good practice, and that takes time, that takes evolution, and that takes maturity. But before you get to that point, we encounter 4 really big problems, so let's talk about them. Hard problem number 1, INTJs are deeply arrogant. INTJs put so much planning, data, foresight, evaluation, war games, analysis of conclusions that we are ready to win any conversation to our point of view. We don't miss much. We take all that planning and we size up other people very, very quickly. And the reason why we do that is because we don't even want to give them a chance for rebuttal. We want to stake our opinion, and we always come across as if we have done all the thinking, all the preparation, all the data, all the analytics, all the rationale. So when we enter a conversation, we want to make sure that our opinion is the one that wins. If for some reason somebody feels the bravery to come against the INTJ, we don't just want to win that argument or that conversation. We want to annihilate that person, embarrass, obliterate, and make sure that our data points and rationale is so convincing and so right that they would not dare to ever come against an INTJ again. Although, I feel like there's an illustration that could really drive home what I'm trying to say here.
Scorpion wins.
Exactly. All right, let's move on to point number 2. Hard problem number 2, relationship maintenance.
Why must I be surrounded by frickin' idiots?
I mean, come on. Every single INTJ and other personality types would like a room just like that, with that type of functionality. And the reason why it's a problem for the INTJ is we tend to play the short game with relationships. Because we see people as a means to an end, we don't necessarily think about the networking and long-term benefits of that relationship if we can see an immediate need for how that person serves what we need at that time. Now, this becomes a problem in the workplace when you're trying to implement influence, because although an INTJ will make friends very, very easily, if you and I work together, or we met together in life, I'm telling you, we would get along very, very quickly, because the INTJ, again, does so much planning, builds so much data, has profiled like every being and outcome on the planet, that we hit it off and make sort of build a relationship very, very quickly. But the maintenance is a problem, because once that person has served the purpose that an INTJ is after, then we may not put the amount of effort or care and realize the long-term benefits of that relationship, right? So, if you go back to the introduction and I told you about how the Emperor and Tywin Lannister and all those folks are INTJs, what do they all have in common? They consume, absorb, and destroy all relationships that they make, and only foster the ones that serve their purpose. So this is a big problem for the INTJ, because you do not know at default, an immature INTJ will not know how to preserve relationships. We make them, we use them, and we discard them. On to the next. And that is a problem, because in the workplace, we can't always choose who we work with. We can't always choose our relationships, so we got to do a better job. Okay, that's the introduction and the first 2 points. So let's probably end this part here, and I'll see you guys in part 2.